Hey boys and girls, Doug Childs here. It's Warriors Rich.
And Wildmen. What's happening, Doug?
Sound effects.
You know what? Before we get into our topic, I would like to bring up something that was wonderful, that I enjoyed. I don't even know if I'll be able to express my joy correctly,
Try.
but I'm going to try. So the other night, the United States was playing Canada in the Four Worlds, the semis, in hockey in Canada, and they booed during our national anthem, the Canadians. Let me just say this also. Canada is much like the U.S., where they're clearly divided. Extreme, stupid liberals and conservatives who love the same things we love. They also support America, love America. We love them. Because I know I know a guy that has a Canadian flag, a tattoo, and it goes into the American flag, and it says brotherhood under it. Like, these guys, they love America. They're conservatives, right? But there are a bunch of liberals, so that doesn't represent all Canadians. But unfortunately for the hockey team, they talked a lot of smack before the game about how good they were because they're Canada and we suck at hockey. As soon as the game started, in the first 9 seconds, there were 3 fights.
Loved it.
I mean, they blew the whistle, and some American dudes threw their sticks down and threw their gloves off and went to town. We won 2 of the fights. 1 we lost. It wasn't too bad. But one of our guys, who's famous for fighting, punched the guy, dropped him, and then yanked him back up on his feet before the refs could break it up, and punched him and dropped him and yanked him back up, and it looked like he was dog walking him across the ice. When they got to the penalty box, those 3 guys were high-fiving each other, going crazy. The stands were going crazy. And then America wins 3-1. Don't mess with America, kids. We're tired up. We're about fed of it. We're sick up. My friend says, Doug, we're sick up and fed of it. We've had about enough. And so that's just a good old-fashioned American butt-whooping right there. And I'd like to see America get back to that kind of stuff. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, it was rather delightful. And I found it odd, man, that, you'd think the hard scrabble hockey fans, they would be pro our national anthem, pro America.
Most are.
Because but that was a lot of booing, and so
A lot.
you get it from the little lame ass Canadians and stuff. Like my 2 top editors at Clash Daily, they live in Ottawa. They wouldn't be booing. They're the kind of ones that, like, Lord, please make Canada the 51st state
Yeah.
in that union that's just south of us, because
Well, we went to a hockey game.
yeah,
And when we were at the hockey game, most of the people there in Phoenix, they're Canadians. And you know what? They're great. Like, when we went there, it was great watching the game with them. We had a great time. They don't act. A lot of Canadians don't act like that. So we're not trying to bag on them. But the ones that did, you got your hockey team beat up. So
yeah, yeah. It'd be cool if they became the 51st state, man.
dude, it'd be good for everybody. But that kind of, because when I think of that, I think about economics. I think about, you know, what would happen to the economy of Canada and America if we joined together. Oh, man, it'd be beautiful. But that leans us into our topic. We want to talk about DOGE, Elon Musk, and the Department of Government Efficiency. I love that word, efficiency, because government and efficiency never go together. So this is beautiful. I love it.
Yeah, I was looking at some of the great things that Elon has advised Trump to do. And again, he's an advisor. He's not like
Right. He has no power.
he's not snapping his fingers and stuff getting done. He tells Trump, "Hey, did you know that it cost 3 cents to make 1 penny? Penny's gone. You know, they're going after the nickel next, Rich.
Does it really cost 3 cents to
Yeah,
make a
three
penny?
cents. They've been doing
That's
that crap
stupid, man.
for decades. It's like
See, that's the kind of stuff.
we can't get rid of the precious penny. It costs three.
Let me throw this out there too, Doug. Let me throw this. A lot of people say, well, Elon's just there with no accountability doing whatever he wants. I don't know if you know this because I'm shocked at this. I'm looking at X right now, formerly known as Twitter, except Elon bought it. I don't know if you know that. He's a pretty cool guy. But he bought it, and it's X. Go to X and go to DOGE, DOGE, Department of Government Efficiency, and follow them on X. They post daily on what they're finding.
Right.
It's not, and I'm shocked, Doug, only 4.4 million followers. I can't believe, look, Americans, go follow it. If you love him, you hate him, whatever you do, you can see what he's doing. Now, listen to this post, Doug. This is the last post. Listen how good this is. DOGE is looking for help from the general public. Bro, this is going to blow your mind. Please DM Insight for reducing waste, fraud, and abuse, along with any helpful insight or awesome ideas to the relevant DOGE affiliates found on the affiliates tab.
Yeah.
Doug, do people not realize he's working for us? And he said if people tell him, no, we don't want that cut, they'll move from that and go to the next thing. And if people say, no, cut this, he said, then we'll go to do that. He said, we are serving the American people. The only people crying, well, there's two groups of people crying that leads to the third group. The politicians who are going to lose their cash cow because they're all going to get busted for corruption. I've been saying that forever. Republicans and Democrats, they're stealing us. They're robbing us blind, bro. The media, who has formerly been being paid with our tax dollars to lie to us to support their lies. And then the people who are so liberal that they choose to believe those things and be ripped off and say, I hate Elon Musk, than to say, finally, somebody's trying to stop the bleeding. I saw the meme, and the one guy tells the other guy, the Republicans are going to get busted when they find the corruption too. And the other guy whispers in his ear, that's okay with me. I'm done being ripped off, Doug. Done.
Yeah, again, the 19 years, the cost of producing a penny surpasses the actual value of the coin. And it took us nearly 20 years to say, hey, we need to stop doing that. The nickels on the chopping block too, man. I don't know if you saw this, but nickel, it cost 11.5 cents for the government to produce a nickel. And
buy nickels.
yeah, so producing those two coins last year cost the U.S. Mint $180 million. Hello.
I'm back. I was trying not to sneeze.
Yeah,
I was listening to you, but I was about to
here's
sneeze.
another thing. Federal government agencies are using 12% of the space in their headquarter buildings on average, according to the Public Buildings Reform Board, which is an independent federal agency. And even before the pandemic, when they sent everybody home, the occupancy of all the Fed buildings in D.C. was insanely low. And check this out. These big old buildings that they have for their bureaucrats that none of them go to work at, they have to be furnished, Richard. And did you know
Yes.
that the House Oversight Committee furnished these offices that nobody goes to the tune of $3.3 billion over the last couple of years?
Dude, and let me say, I know this is going to sound dumb, but I say it all the time. A billion is 1,000 million. That's over $3,000 million. And by the way, the government doesn't have any money because they don't make money. That's our money.
Yeah.
That's if you pay taxes, that's your money. How about this, Doug, on Social Security? Elon Musk posted this. According to the Social Security database, these are the numbers of people in each age bracket that are receiving Social Security. 40 to 49-year-old, $47 million. 50 to 59-year-olds, $45 million. 60 to 69, $46 million. 70 to 79, $33 million. 80 to 89, $15 million. 90 to 99, $6 million. That makes sense, right? There's less because people don't live that long. Here's where it gets a little interesting. 100 to 109, $4.7 million. 110 to 119, 3.6 million people receiving Social Security. 120 to 129 years old, 3.4 million people are receiving Social Security payouts. 130 to 139, 3.9 million people. 140 to 149 years old. 3.5 million people are receiving and cashing checks. Check this out. 160 to 169 years old. 121,000 people are receiving those checks. 190 to 199.
Yeah.
There's 448 people receiving and cashing checks. And they're talking about finding these people and prosecuting them, Doug. And then people are mad. I don't want them having my social security number. I saw a guy on CNN and he said, I think he was a congressman or he's part of the oversight committee. And he said he owned PayPal. They had 0 security breaches. He said over 100 people and agencies have access to your IRS data. Those are the people you should be worried about.
So that's 20 million in Social Security payments to those over 100. And I think the oldest recipient of a Social Security check that DOGE found out was 359 years old.
Bro.
That's some biblical stuff right there. We talking Noah? Are we talking Lemur?
Right.
Talking Methuselah? Here's something that I think is freaking. He said this on Hannity last night, and I was like, oh my God, I didn't think you could become more likable. But Elon, he's like, I got an idea, man. I think we ought to guarantee a $5,000 payment, and we'll call it the DOGE dividend to every American to show off the $55 billion in taxpayer funds that we just saved. Boom.
I saw that.
Everybody.
No, they're literally considering a refund to taxpayers for and the stuff. How about when Trump said no more money sent to sanctuary cities, and then they sent $59 million to New York after that, intentionally to high-end luxury hotels, which that's not where all that money is going. Dude, they found that, recovered that money, and fired everyone involved.
It's beautiful.
It's why this should be normal. This should be Tuesday. It shouldn't be like, oh my gosh, we shouldn't even be excited about it. That should be normal.
Here's what Elon said. He said, American taxpayers deserve the DOGE dividend. 20% the money that DOGE saves should be sent back to the hardworking Americans as a tax refund check. It's their money in the first place. $2 trillion in DOGE savings, 78 million tax-paying households. This is a $5,000 refund per household, with the remaining used to pay down the national debt. Elon Musk, let's do this, man.
Yeah, and when they do stuff like that, 50 cents on the dollar gets spent. Goes right into the economy. I like it.
No, I mean, what American would say, I hate Elon Musk. I hate DOGE. You have to be getting some kind of, mad kind of kickback, getting your wheels greased like nobody's business in a nefarious way to rail against, again, that common sense of dispensing with waste, fraud, and abuse.
Well, what's DEI stand for? Diversity, equity, inclusion, right? So 4 days ago, DOGE posted, in the last 48 hours, the Department of Education terminated 70 DEI training grants, totaling $373 million. Department of Education, they need to scrap that anyway. That's the Department of Politics and ripping us off. That's what that is.
Yeah, they don't educate anybody. We're the worst nation in the world, I think. Our kids can't even, they can't read, they can't write, they can't sign their own name for their unemployment check that's coming to meet them, soon once they turn 18.
Exactly. So what's going on? What's been going on? And you know what, Doug? You've heard me say this before. I feel hopeless and helpless about the corruption because those guys will never vote each other out of office. And when you see Bush and Obama sitting together being best friends, we know we've been hoodwinked, Doug.
We've been bamboozled. Get your hand out.
We've been bamboozled.
Yeah.
And listen to this. $1.9 billion. Again, that's almost $2,000 million. And this was 4 days ago. $1.9 billion of HUD money was just recovered after being misplaced during the Biden administration due to a broken process. Doug, and then I like the memes that say, yeah, you lost over $1 trillion and you can't account for it. And then Zelensky's over here going, that number you said, we only got half of that. And then they asked him, where'd the rest of it go? And he said, well, how would I know that? Because it's a money laundering machine, right? So I love that thing that says, yeah, you don't know where hundreds of millions and over $1 trillion was lost. You don't know, but you want to know about my $273 on Venmo?
Right.
Bro.
Yeah.
I saw another meme that says, this is the IRS. We want to know where this is. And the guy cuts him off and says, you have until Friday. Click. So the guy tells the IRS that.
Beautiful. All right, Rich. So aside from rejoicing, which the believer should, because this is an answer to prayer, man. If you like God and country and you like common sense and you like our founding documents, then the Christian should be oh so giddy with what they're beholding via Trump, what DOGE is doing, and Elon. And again, man, this party just got started. Who knows where it's going to go? So aside from the believer, even the never-Trumper believer, rejoicing in what they are beholding, what else should they do, big dog?
Yeah, and well, my last thought before I tell them that is, guys, this is our money. And we can't just get used to being screwed and say that's the way it is. That doesn't make sense. And then when somebody uncovers the waste and says, look, this is why. This is why. We should rejoice in that. Like Doug said, that's the truth. We should rejoice in truth. And I promise you this. If someone would have started doing this under Biden, I would have cheered for them every single day.
Yes.
I am against corruption and wasting of taxpayer money, including mine, but everybody's, on their little slush funds and kickbacks. We're done with that. So celebrate this. Stop acting like Elon Musk is some horrible guy. Doug, he goes to Washington and he sleeps in the office so that he doesn't get a hotel. He doesn't want to waste taxpayers' money. He won't receive a salary.
Yeah, he's not taking a penny.
He flies his own private jet wherever he goes. Like, that dude is serving other people. Because, listen, guys, those of you who are chasing after money, there comes a point where you realize the only value of having money is serving others and giving it away. You don't have to wait to be Elon Musk to realize that. You can start being generous now and blessing people, and you can start serving people now and have that mindset and celebrate the people that are doing it instead of, acting like he's trying to get your social security number so he can get your $80.
Right. Yeah, I get it. I don't know how they don't get it, but it's an old maxim, but it's not a tired one for me, that liberalism is a mental disorder. That's the only way that I can chalk it up, to see them caterwaul about the things that, common sense, true equity, would celebrate. But then again, I'm a Texan and I read the Bible, so I could be wrong.
Yeah, what do we know, Doug? We're just a bunch of guys clinging to our Bibles, our guns, and our religion.
We just pull rubes, sitting in the flyover estates, eating cornbread, waiting on the rap.
Wait for the chili to finish smoking. All right, guys, go to warriorsandwildmen.com. Subscribe. It's free. We'll send you a couple emails, let you know what's happening, keep you posted and up to date. Hey, if you're getting something good from the podcast, go to the War Chest. Your gift is tax deductible. When you send your gift, we'll send you that information. For those that are doing it, man, you guys are awesome. We appreciate you. Pray that you're blessed. Warriors of Wildmen.